Hello, beautiful people. My name is Davi. I'm joined by Abe and Charlie. Welcome back to another Redox reaction. And for our viewers and listeners, we hope you guys are doing well. Today, we got episode 2 of season 2 of Loki. Wow, what a start to the season. It's been amazing. Quick heads up, this episode is also available on Patreon. If you want an uncut reaction to this episode, hit the link in the description and you'll be able to find that. Thank you so much to our subscribers from Patreon and our subscribers here on YouTube. You guys mean so much to us. Thank you so much for the support and your love. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell as well. And also, this episode is available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, specifically the discussion portion of the show. So if you want to listen to the discussion portion, hit the link in the description. You'll find that as well. Abe and Charlie, how you guys doing?
We're good. We just finished watching episode 1. We're going back to back, so
catching up a little bit. So we're almost there. We're
almost there, yeah.
One episode away, and then hopefully we'll be caught up as we get into the next week. But
yeah. So Breaking Brad.
Let's do it. Charlie, hit play. Let's get it.
All right.
We don't even fully know what happened, do we?
To what?
With Sylvie.
Sylvie, no, we don't.
The end.
No, we don't. What happened to her? What was?
So we're kind of in the dark there too.
We got the Marvel theme on this one. The last one, I don't think it started with the theme.
Usually when there's an intro to the show, they do like a theme.
There is no end credit
For this one?
Yeah.
Oh. This intro's fire, man. They killed it.
Oh. Thoughts? All right, what year are we in?
1977.
Wow. London.
Okay, well, maybe she's changing tack. Plus, we got a hit on a temp pad that belonged to Hunter X5 before it went dark.
Well, if the temp pad went dark, then she found him first.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Some nice suits, you know.
Yeah, I got some ruffles in there.
With Docs and X5 not responding, it's our only lead.
Zany.
Brad Wolf.
The Zaniac.
X5 is an actor now? Or he's undercover.
Hey, how are the kids? How are you? Mwah.
Will there be a Zaniac 2? A sequel for the fans?
Mobius! Whoa!
Nice to see you haven't forgotten about the little people.
You look great. Oh, thank you very much. You look pretty good yourself. And we're gonna need to catch up afterwards, all right?
Let's catch up now, baby.
What are you doing down here? Hi. Hey, everything all right?
This is like his secret life.
It's okay to have a drink while we're down here, because we're still working.
Is he running now?
He is running.
Oh my God, it's Brad Wolf. Can I get your autograph?
Anything for... Hey!
Oh, shit.
Brad, hold it! Stop!
Come on, Mobius! You're gonna ruin my life here!
Your life here?
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not he's not bound to not being used as powers anymore.
Yeah, at the TVA he can't, but here he can.
Yeah.
A good chase scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yikes.
Why didn't you do that before? He went through the whole chase.
Back up! Back up! Hey! Oh, you're the tough guy, huh?
What?
So unsophisticated, X5. You doing your own stunts now?
Real cute. Real cute. You quit with the magic and fight fair!
He's pretty powerful. Like, you can forget about that.
He's extremely powerful.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he's out of the TVA right now so we can see his powers.
It's cool seeing him fight as like a good guy, quote unquote.
Oof, the horns.
Oh, that's crazy.
The shadows, bro?
I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but why'd you run? A little over the top, don't you think? All the shadow play.
I thought it was spot on.
Yeah, that was good.
Very nice. Yeah, man. Tom Hiddleston was like made for this role.
Yeah, he was.
Kills it, man. Absolutely kills it.
That's funny.
What is this?
That's a temp pad.
What did you do to it?
I put some colorful buttons on it for you.
You will tell us if you found Sylvie when you've had time in holding.
Right.
Someone was bound to do something stupid with those temp pads. Like, let's be honest.
What about this?
Have OB check it out.
Yes, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Let's go, OB.
Please tell me he's there, because if he's not, I'm gonna be pissed.
OB? Hello?
No, he is. We
He's
hear
gotta
him. We
make
hear him.
his entrance from the ceiling.
Oh, hey guys.
God.
Interesting. I can definitely get into it. Do you think this is a higher priority than preventing a temporal meltdown?
Focus on the temporal. I agree.
Seems prudent. Okay. Everything you need to know about this I wrote about it in here.
Bro, what was Obi in season 1? Could have prevented so much shit.
I know, bro.
That's what it said on page 7.
No, section 42 should match with the system.
Is that with the red light? Because we tried that already.
We'll try it again.
This is us prepping to record a video.
Casey, tell them what you just told me.
Miss Minutes is helping Renslayer.
That explains the radio silence.
When I was in the past, I heard something, an old conversation between Renslayer and He Who Remains. It sounded like they were partners. Let's take a run at Brad Wolf.
Let's take a big run at him.
Thank you.
Bro, let the man hold the thing. Isn't he gonna figure it out?
Right.
Okay, keep it simple. Where's Docs? Where's Sylvie? And what did he do to that temp pad? That's all we need to find out, okay?
Well, welcome back. Why don't you go ahead and take this time collar off and start treating me like somebody who outranks you?
So who's good cop, who's bad cop?
Hey, what were you doing down there on the sacred timeline?
Making movies.
Don't waste our time, X5.
Breaking Brad.
I don't need approval to detain a hunter that abandoned his post.
Weren't you the one blabbering on and on about how we all had lives on the timeline? Well, I went down and got my life. What exactly are you mad at me about?
There are lives at stake.
Oh, you've got some nerve. Everyone here knows what you're doing, you know. You're just trying to make up for all the terrible, awful shit you've done in your life, you pathetic little man.
Keep going, I want to hear more.
Damn.
It's you. You're the problem. Every time we've ever found a you, at the end of the day, you just make everything worse. For Mobius, B-15, for your mother.
Ooh.
No.
Mobius warned him.
Yeah, but he
gonna
touched
try
on
to
the
get
wrong
out of this
nerve
scam.
there, talking about his mom.
Loki.
Stop trying to be a hero, man. You're a villain. You're good at it.
You get to beat the shit out of him.
That's the old Loki. Like, you can just tell.
Thank you, Brad. Very much. I have done some terrible, awful things. Maybe that is who I am. And perhaps I've been holding something back.
Loki.
Perhaps I've just been waiting for a moment like this so I can do terrible, awful things to you. So let's try this one more time. Where is Sylvie?
You're way too obsessed with her. He needs therapy.
Play along with us, answer our questions, and we get you back down there so they don't forget about you.
You would do that?
I will.
You promise?
Promise.
So he's good cop.
None of this is real. I mean, who even are you on the timeline? Do you know? Doesn't matter. The TVA is not your real home. Mobius isn't even your real name. Do you have any idea what kind of life you might have left behind? Who might be waiting for you back there? And
This came up in the first season as well with him.
Yeah.
Right?
you need to wake up, Mobius. And until you do, you're nothing. Until you wake up, you're just a nowhere man. You're a...
Yeah. See, he's the one who snapped.
Silly little man! Silly little...
Whoa!
So this whole episode is just trying to get him to crack. But he's so smart. He is very good at getting under people's skin.
Seems like he got under your skin.
Nope, he didn't get under my skin. He got under your skin.
Mobius, are you all right? I've never seen you like this before.
See me like what?
It's okay, I'm not judging.
Feels like you are.
How about a slice of pie?
Key lime.
Okay, great.
They're best buddies. I love their bromance, I'm not gonna lie.
Every pie there is key lime pie.
It is.
Listen, that wasn't tactical. I lost it.
It's okay. Like, it happens. You know, sometimes the rage builds up and you just gotta let it out. It didn't work. So I threw him off the building.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. It wasn't tactical. I lost it. Sometimes our emotions get the better of us.
So you throw a guy off the building.
Through Tony Stark. Hey.
I just kill guys, man.
You never wanted to visit your place on the timeline?
Look, that's the last thing I should be thinking about.
Aren't you curious? I mean, don't you want to see the life you're supposed to live before they kidnapped you and brought you into the TVA?
Not really.
Why?
Because it's not my life.
But it could have been.
It isn't. This is. I'd like to thank the guy who kidnapped me and brought me here.
Oh, shut up.
Jeez. He's saying he has no memory of it, but does he actually though?
I don't think any of them do. They might have fragments of memories.
Something bad I can handle. What if it's something good? You think I want to have that rattling around in here?
That's true.
X5 is a good hunter. Does it really make sense that he could spend all that time down there and not find Sylvie?
Sylvie spent her whole life hiding. He didn't find her.
Yes, but maybe he got a little help from that tempad. Think about it. He found her, but maybe didn't turn her in because he wants to continue to live his best life on the timeline.
He wants more time to be Brad Wolf.
Who wouldn't?
Right. He's the only one who knows where Sylvie is. Just gotta make him talk.
Well, come on, you're the god of mischief, right?
Well, they're in different years. I don't know if that's like afterwards.
What do you mean?
Sylvie's in 1982. Brad Wolf is
Well,
in
yeah, but she's been
1977.
traveling.
Right.
He probably saw her at one point, is what they're saying.
What? Invalid.
Hello, Loki. Ready for round 2? Gonna try the hardball tactics this time.
Something like that.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
Mobius. Controller.
Right. Okay, we can't start the festivities without that little baby. Stand by.
That was a bluff. Oh, okay. I see.
Out. There is actually one other option.
No! Hey!
Oh,
It's got to be part of the script.
oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
So guess what? I wrote a little script of my own.
Open up!
That thing does not work without the controller, though, so what are you gonna do?
This one? We're gonna have a little Q&A. Did you find Sylvie? And if you did, where is she?
You almost got me. You have no idea how to work that thing, though.
I'm not trying to be a hero, Brad. I'm a villain. Remember?
He's gonna play the character you said he is.
Look at that! Earlier, I said some really things, and I brought
This is where they're gonna break him.
Mobius! Hey! Get in here!
What does this one do? I guess there's a learning curve with this thing, right?
Yeah, there is a learning curve. You know, you could kill me with that.
Could I?
Oh,
Loki, turn it off!
Let me try this.
shoot.
I don't know where Docs and the others are.
Brad, I don't know if you know this, but I've done some terrible, awful things.
Oh, this is good.
Have some perspective on yourself. Okay.
You're so convincing. I want to believe you, but you're such a good actor.
Okay.
I know you're lying.
Okay. I was supposed to go look for Sylvie, but then I bailed, okay? I bailed.
What's the penalty for a highly decorated field officer abandoning his mission? You and Docs, I don't buy it.
I went down and I went to get my life, okay? Because none of this is real.
Well, if none of this is real, I guess you aren't either.
Oh my God.
Just tell me where Sylvie is, Brad.
I'll tell you where she is. She has a new life.
Hey, OB, this is Casey. I thought I could help.
We're all gonna die. Oh, hey, nice to meet you. We're all gonna die. The blast doors won't open.
Did you try the C12 bypass pathway?
That won't work.
Are you sure?
Of course. I wrote it.
He's like, you're the legend.
You're Ouroboros.
You're Ouroboros?
Yes.
You wrote the TVA guidebook.
He's nerding out.
Will you sign mine for me?
Of course I will. Happy to do it.
Yeah, just next to your picture, then
Hold on.
I'll draw mine.
You just said we were all gonna die.
Oh, right. The containment door is a lock, and only the person who designed it can open it with a live scan of his temporal aura.
He who remains.
And he's dead. So without Miss Minutes to help us override the lock, we're stuck.
So we have to convince a rogue artificial intelligence to come back to work?
The more those branches grow, the closer this thing comes to melting down.
They made it.
Look, she's in there, all right? She's in there.
She lives in McDonald's.
Hey, she wanted the whole menu.
What if she's
She
working
said.
there?
She said she wanted the whole menu.
What if she's
She's
working there?
Could be.
Could be grubbing, you know. I want to grub.
Could be.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, bro. I'm getting McDonald's after this.
She did want to try everything, so
Yeah.
she might be there for a while. I'll be so dead if she's working there.
Some really good shots in this episode. Feels like a movie.
Already done it.
Oh, she's working.
She is working. Shout out to her. She's working there. The simple things in life, man.
Should order a meal. Have a conversation.
I'll take one Big Mac, please.
We head on back to the TVA.
No, I'm not going anywhere until I get some apple pie.
Facts, bro. You get at McDonald's, you're getting something.
damn it, this is making me want McDonald's. Like,
Listen, I haven't got all day. Are you gonna order something? Or what?
Can we talk?
My break's in 5 minutes.
Perfect timing. Bro, you should have ordered a Big Mac, bro. You're already there.
she's got a truck and everything.
I've been pulled through time between the past and the present. Well, I was in the past.
Oh, just get to the point, Loki.
Sylvie, I was in the future and I saw you. The TVA is in danger and you were there. I need to know why.
So you see the future now. Cool. Look, as much as I'd love to see the TVA burnt to the ground, I have no intention of going back there. My life's here now, and I'm not running. I'm happy.
You can see what I saw.
I don't want to see it. I want nothing to do with this. I have no answers for you.
Sylvie, if you and I don't work together on this, I can't
Oh,
guarantee
you
that in
have
the long
some
run
nerve
any of this will
coming
be
here
here.
with your TVA
No.
bullshit.
This is bigger than the TVA. This is about everything. You like it here? You like this place? You've made a home? If what He Who Remains said is true, the TVA is the only defense. And if what I saw of you is true, then there's nothing that stands between this world and utter destruction. Without the TVA, all of this, everything, is gone.
What is happening right now? It's like they're going over every detail of their relationship that has ever happened. Why is...
complicated relationship. There's a lot to unpack, and you're basically in a relationship with yourself.
He said
When your ego is so big that you can only love yourself.
Can we just talk for a second about how crazy life is? I mean, 10 minutes ago, you were screaming at me, you're nothing. And then I kind of freaked out and basically tortured you. And now here we are, enjoying a meal like gentlemen.
É a vida.
Tell me about Zaniac.
You don't care about my movie.
Brad, I saw the poster. It looked scary.
It's not scary. It's elevated thriller.
It's cinema.
How about that? It packs right up. Let's just get it to go when we get up and we get out of here. How about that?
You're like a broken record. It's like, get me back to the sacred timeline. It's like, although now it's just get me out of here, which is this a setup? Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Oh shoot.
If we stay here, we're all gonna die. They're gonna die. Orange shirt, she's gonna die.
Relax.
This is gone unless we...
All this for Sylvie?
I don't buy it.
Oh, they're all coming for her. That's right.
They're gonna bomb every branch.
Yeah, including this one. Where do we go?
Oh shit.
Mobius, what is going on?
Docs wasn't looking for Sylvie. She's gonna prune all the new branches.
She already is. Mobius, she's gonna kill them all. Mobius, they're killing millions. Take Docs down now.
I'll distract them.
Okay.
Don't overthink it.
Well, damn.
Is this all of Dox's loyalists?
Everyone who didn't escape.
Oh my god.
Oh, she came.
They got rid of them all? Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are lives.
Although I'll say this, doesn't this now solve their problem with the loom? There's less branches.
I think so. And it destroyed her new life.
The TVA is the problem. It's broken. It's rotten. I'm going home. If it's still there.
Oh, it's still there.
McDonald's is a great ad for you guys. And it's
Straight up.
really making me want to get McDonald's. Solid.
It seems like they're heading towards a good track with this season. Seems like they're building it well. We're getting answers on Sylvie and why this is happening. It looks good. Abe, what stood out to you in this episode narratively that stood out to you?
Narratively, pieces that I really liked is continuing to show, to me, the central theme of this was continuing to show the duality of Loki and like his kind of conflict as like a villain hero in this story specifically. Mainly we see it in, his relationship with Mobius. You see how it's evolved so much. He's like very, he sees Mobius lose it. He's trying to comfort him. You can see this is like, wow, he's a good guy. He has this good side to him. But then, Brad is kind of egging him on and bringing out this dark side of him. And he kind of leans into that. And I think there are moments in there where, you understand his intention is good, but you start to really question like, oh, damn, you still are a villain, excuse me. And you see that still. And that's to me, that's a really good element because I think a lot of people could see this and be like, oh man, they're just making Loki a good guy. Like that's annoying, and it kind of defeats the purpose of his character. But in this, you see that there's more conflict and more nuance to his character. Like he's good in the terms of like wanting to save this world, but in the same time, he's not afraid to use, you know, his mischief and the things that he knows in terms of being a villain to, you know, get the job done, basically. So that piece, obviously, still the relationship with Sylvie is big, and you know it's complicated. They have this really big love-hate relationship with each other, and I think that's very central to the story as well. And he can't seem to get her to understand his point of view, and I get it from her standpoint, right? Like I get why she hates the TVA. I think she has reason to. I think he has reason to, and I think she's struggling to, you know, she's struggling to understand why it's important and why they need the TVA in this instance, and you know, for what's going on with the timeline and everything. So, I think it's a really good dynamic that's playing between them, and we'll see how they're able to reconcile.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Charlie. There was going up to what Abe said. There was a moment where, we kind of got that Loki switch where you could just tell, oh, okay, this is the Loki we saw, you know, in the films. With Sylvia, what makes her such a compelling character to you, and what stands out to you from her perspective?
From Sylvie, I mean, she seems like she's just trying to live a normal life, which makes sense to me why Brad, that was his name, right? Yeah. Brad was trying to protect her and not say where she went, because he was doing the same thing. He was living his life in a timeline and enjoying it away from the TVA and away from, you know, the duties that he has every day. And Sylvie found a life for herself working at McDonald's. So, and she was at peace. She was happy, and, you know, that was almost taken away from her. It seems like it's going to be, because I feel like now there's like she feels the weight, like a responsibility on her shoulders, like she can't stay there. But yeah, I sympathize with her of trying to just have a regular lifestyle, but then not being able to, just things kind of bombarding you and responsibilities coming in to interrupt the flow of life.
Yeah. I'll say this too, because you mentioned Brad sympathizing with her and empathizing with her because he was living his own, you know, life on a different branch and whatnot. I think that, you know, I was really annoyed at Brad's character, like to the beginning of it, but then like towards the end, like I start to now empathize with his character and sympathize with him a little bit more, because you start to understand that like all of them believe like their entire life was the TVA and they serve this purpose and everything. And then when you figure out all of that's a lie, like the way they built this, you really start to understand the psyche of the characters that are, you know, going against their original morals and everything. And even the conversation that Mobius and Loki had while they were eating the key lime pie, that was a really big thing with the story that I really enjoyed. Was we're talking about like what if there's a life out there for you, whatever, and like I get it if it's something bad, and Mobius is like, no, if it's something bad I can handle it. If it's something good,
so you're gonna want to go back.
Yeah, I want to go back. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's so, you know, there's people caught between like the duty and, you know, living their best life or living happy. And that's a really cool element of the show. You know, there's some zaniness of the show, some crazy stuff, but the psychological and human aspects of it, they're doing a good job with.
That's a real world element, because there's a lot of people that commit 100% to their job or their work-life balance, and they can't find a moment to just enjoy the beauty of life, enjoy what life can bring to you. And I think that's what this show is showing. It's showing us. I think that's a theme of this.
Yeah,
is at the end of the day, like, we should stop and just enjoy the moment. Enjoy that we're only here for one time. We're not here for multiple times, right? But obviously, this is all.
Hey man, you got mad variants.
Yeah, you got variants, but
life, bro. You don't know what your other variants doing right now.
But like you yourself, it's just you. So live it. I think that's what I'm saying with this.
Yeah, that's my excuse now. I don't want to go to work. My variants working, bro. My variants working mad hard. Let me chill. One of us has to relax. True. But you're right. Yeah, you're right. I think that that is a theme of this, and I do enjoy that, because like there's so much cool stuff that we saw in this. That the world building's awesome. The action is cool. I really love the action sequence in the beginning, by the way, too. The chase with Brad and everything, that was dope. But there are also some themes that people can relate to in real life, even though this show is otherworldly and not, one-to-one relatable with life. But the themes do, make sense.
Yep. Yeah, I want to see with Loki mentally how that villain hero element plays a role going forward, and how he balances it, and if it conflicts him even more, and it turns him into someone who just doesn't believe in himself anymore. And how can he escape from that? How can he find some closure on what he did in the past? I think that's a narrative that they can play with and find an understanding that on who he is.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the big things for Loki is like it's not so much needing to like reconcile and become a good guy.
Yeah,
because like after all,
it's more about accepting your flaws. Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Well, more of like he is the god of mischief. You know what I mean? Like that is his purpose. So leaning into that for good is probably where he needs to find that balance. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's going to do some Loki shit that, people are going to be pissed off at some point. But, for the fate of the world, the fate of the timelines, leaning into that for the greater good is the theme that I'm enjoying seeing, and that growth of his character, I'd say.
Do you feel like he was in that scene where they're interrogating Brad the first time, where Brad is like, criticizing him and saying all these things? Do you feel like he was actually going the villain route, like going to a dark place, or do you think he was just playing him?
So I think he was playing him a little bit. I think like, it was trying to bring out the conflict in him and trying to egg him on and say like, why are you even playing good? Because we know like who you are, what you are. But I think even the moment where he mentioned his mother, like you can see the human aspect of Loki, like that touched a nerve. You know what I mean? So to me, it just kind of showed how human he actually is, and less so of a villain and more of someone that's more complicated, more complex.
Yeah. I mean, he's not human. He's a god.
Right.
He has feelings and emotions and stuff.
Correct.
But yeah, I do want to believe that Loki is good now, that he has like changed his morals, his conscience, all this. But I don't know. There's always that little aspect of the backstabbing side of Loki that I feel like can come out at any moment.
That's the god of mischief.
Yeah.
So
he can have an opportunity somewhere else, and you never know he could take it.
Right.
That's just who Loki is.
It does feel though with this show though how it's been progressing that he has a heart.
Yeah.
And he's been looking out for the greater good. But I don't know. You never know with Loki.
But I think maybe it was because of Thanos's oh my god, I'm forgetting
the Infinity Stones.
The stones. Because remember when he got there in season 1 and he saw so many stones, and he saw that none of that meant anything. Meant nothing. None of the materials that they had there it wasn't working.
Yeah.
The materials he had in his world, it was non-existent. It just wouldn't work. So I think from when he was in the TVA, when he's in the TVA, that's when he has to hone in on who he is as an individual, who he is as Loki, and looking back at how he was raised, looking back at how he's just maneuvered throughout his entire life.
I think the TVA.
That's what the TVA does. I think it kind of and him actually having memories. I think that's a big thing versus characters there who don't have memories.
Well, the thing is with the TVA is it gave him the opportunity. Well, it made him basically naked, right? Because it stripped him of his powers.
Yeah.
And it gave him the opportunity to really reflect on just who he is without the powers, and get to see the insight of everything that's happening in the world instead of just looking out for himself the entire time.
Yeah.
And he was able to build a friendship with Mobius and stuff. So the TVA, like all of this has been kind of a positive for him, but it's interesting to see his variant Sylvie totally opposite for her. Like she hates the TVA, despises it, wants it obliterated.
Because she hasn't had the same experiences with the TVA. So she knows the negative stuff, which he acknowledges as well. Like they all do. Right. Yeah. Like all the people like B-15, Mobius, him, like they all acknowledge like what they found out about the TVA is messed up.
Yeah, but it's the people working in the TVA.
Right. But they know how central they are to keeping all of this intact.
Right. But I'm saying it's the people inside the TVA, the relationships he's made that has
haven't had a change of
formed.
heart.
Yeah. Formed him into the person that he is now.
And Sylvie. Like you have to admit his relationship.
That's him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's him.
Yeah. Sylvie has
it's a really meta, weird, like you think about it too hard, and it's a little like he's like kind of in love with himself, but it's almost just like he sees himself from this different perspective and is able to have like love for himself in this weird way. It's strange.
Would you guys say it's like therapeutic for him?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. It's kind of a mind f. Like it's kind of crazy, like when you think about it too hard. But yeah, I think the dynamic that he has with Sylvie is also, causing him to understand himself a little bit better, his emotions, and all of that stuff.
Do we think that the problem with him in the first episode, like, glitching between timelines, do we think that can come back? After them like pruning all these other ones and all the stuff that OB did.
It all depends when Kang comes in, because obviously we know Kang is going to come in.
Yeah, I saw that as a result of him being kicked through that time door and like all that. Like that's why it happened. I think now that piece is solved. The one critique that I'll have and the question that I have now is my understanding of like why everything was going to break down was like the loom was being overwhelmed. The blast doors couldn't like open, whatever, because there were so many damn branches. Now so many of those branches have been eliminated, and it feels like they're still on that same story of like, oh, we need Miss Minutes to open the blast doors to do, whatever. So that piece, I mean, it hasn't completely showed us what's happened now as a result. So I'll reserve my judgment until we see episode 3. But that's where I'm a little skeptical.
The other thing too, they didn't get rid of all of them, right? Or they did?
No, they didn't get rid of all of them.
No, they didn't get rid of all of them, obviously, because we saw Sylvie is in that one branch. I believe that's a different branch.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
But the map that they showed, I just thought, it felt like they
were eliminating everything.
Yeah, it looked like they
got rid of almost everything.
Exactly. So I think they could have maybe used.
You know what I was thinking during that? I was just thinking about No Way Home, and I was like, so is Toby and Andrew's universe gone?
Maybe.
Have they been axed?
They might be dead now.
But that's why I'm asking, can this thing be like reverted? I feel, if anything, Kang can do it, right? He can revert it, and
anything can happen in this thing, bro.
Anything.
That's where
I think that's when we should just stick to what we're watching and not be like, wait, so is this going to affect this?
Yeah.
Because if you start doing that, then you're just going to be like,
but that's the problem with making a cinematic universe of almost 30 movies.
I do think there is a necessity to look at these things critically and understand, like, are there logical holes here?
And do you think there was a hole in this episode?
I don't know yet. I think we're gonna have to wait to see what is presented next.
How they close it.
How they close it, yeah. But I think it's important still because there's two sides to it. Like if the story's great, awesome. The narrative's great, love the characters, great. But if there are logical issues with like how the story is built, obviously that can knock it down some points in a rating or whatever. But I am enjoying myself. I am entertained.
Me too.
And that's what matters in my eyes at this very moment.
With that being said, y'all, thank you so much for watching and listening to this episode. We will be back for episode 3 of Loki. Thank you guys so much. We love you guys and see you soon for more Loki season 2. Stay beautiful, y'all. Peace.
See ya.